All right, welcome to my humble opinion. Welcome to my political life video blog. I know it's Memorial Day, and you know why? Because this is what happens if America will be shut down for a good reason, and we have to. So that means Memorial Day is to shut down, closing down libraries and shopping malls or whoever happens to this. So you just read about that as well. So that means we have to celebrate the honor, of men and women. Well, guess what? Men and women of the past and present who've given the ultimate sacrifices while serving in our armed forces. So that is why, according to theblaze.com, the Arlington National Cemetery is the largest military cemetery in the U.S. And it's just tweeted about the story of Memorial Day and how it involves this, about this post-Civil War celebration to a major national holiday that America celebrates just for today. So what's the story? I'll give you the story. According to theblaze.com, it says that according to Arlington, Memorial Day just began about the aftermath of the Civil War, when families from both sides lay flowers on the grave of those lost in the war. And it was initially known as Decoration Day. That is the national observance of Memorial Day began when Major General John A. Logan. That's why he is the leader of the Grand Army of the Republic, a fraternal organization for Union veterans, and just designated back in May 30th, back in 1868, for celebrating of this Decoration Day. But the celebration just quickly evolves from just a day of honoring fallen Civil War veterans to a day honoring every American who gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country. According to Arlington, that's why the people just begin referring to the holiday known as Memorial Day back in the late 19th century. Now, what about this one? Well, you ought to know by now, because you know why it's back to a normal size. You know why? Because back in 1968, then President Lyndon B. Johnson has signed into a law about, as the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which has established a national observance of Memorial Day on the last Monday of each May. Now, get this. These hashtag Memorial Day ceremonies have been rooted in 50 years of tradition and try to ensure that the United States will never forget those who died in the armed forces and the country for which they served. That's according to, you guessed it, Arlington has approximately, you guessed it, about 4,000 graves on its land. So that is why it happens. It happens all the time because if you want to read the full story, because everybody knows about Memorial Day is a federal holiday, and everybody wants to honor those who died. While in the armed forces originated inside the aftermath of a civil war. Now, on both sides of the story, what is the Civil War? Try to conflict North and South, and families and brothers in arms came inside the fallen, coming together in grassroots commemoration to lay flowers on their graves of the dead in honor of their sacrifice. And that is why this is what happens on Decoration Day. In parts is traced and order by Major General John Logan. I bet he's the Commander-in-Chief of this grand army of the Republic, of fraternal organizations. And what about the Civil War Union veterans? As far as we're concerned, if you ask, well, that was then. That was then over years. And this is now. Because it has something to do with commemoration. Now, because like I said, in 18th century and 19th centuries past, and that is why these ceremonies, who are rooted in 150 years of tradition, and that is why it will never forget. Never forget those who died in the armed forces, and that's why, you guessed it, the country which it pays to be nice to people. Because the moral of my political life video blog story is this: Memorial Day is just a holiday, and that's why we celebrate this holiday, as far as we're concerned. Because, like I said, those 150 years of this tradition, honoring the brave men and women inside the armed forces, about who knows who serve and die and all that stuff, and that's why the country for which they served. Just remember that. And that's my political life video blog story, and I'm sticking to it. And happy Memorial Day.